Bajrangi is one of the most beloved names of Hanumanji. But do we know the meaning of Bajrangi? Bajrangi is composed of two separate Sanskrit words, Vajra and Angi. Bajrangi is the secret of confidence. If we want to become confident people, then we have to keep the promises that we make to ourselves and not let our Veerya or creative potential just be lost. Many of us want to do great things. We make big plans. We have huge announcements. We undertake grand inaugurations. But when it comes to delivering those plans, something goes wrong. We are not able to execute in line with our plans. We are not able to live our life in line with our goals and aspirations. Who then can help? The answer is Hanumanji. Hanumanji is the deity we turn to get stuff done. And how we do that is the focus of today's video.
Mahavir Bikram Bajrangi Tumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Barana Viraj Subesa Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa.
Mahavir, one who has great courage. Vikram, one who is able to execute. Bajrangi, one who has a strong body. Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi, and one who liberates us from bad company with the aid of good company. Such a simple verse, but so much great depth and meaning. Mahavir. Why do we start with one who needs to be courageous? Because in executing anything, we need courage. Not just any courage, but great courage. Now, when we try to do something, the biggest challenge that we face is fear. And one who is able to face the fear in the field of action is known as a Ranaveer. Now, in the Mahabharata war, we have many examples of great Ranaveers. One such example is, of course, Arjuna. But do we know about Arjuna's son Abhimanyu, who was an even greater Ranaveer than his father? It so happened in the battle of Kurukshetra that one day the Kaurava armies arranged themselves in a formation known as Chakravyuha. Arjuna was one of the few warriors who knew how to break through this Chakravyuha. Abhimanyu, his son, had heard in the womb what was the secret of breaking into the Chakravyuha but didn't know how to get out. When asked by his uncles to break into this impenetrable arrangement, Abhimanyu did not hesitate for even 1 second. He had no fear. He was a Ranaveer. Not only did he break in, once inside, he was not followed up by the other Pandavas and therefore was in the battlefield inside the Kaurava formation alone. In that formation, he defeated Dushasan. He neutralized Karna's brother. He twice overcame Karna in battle. And he was wreaking havoc through the Kaurava army. When Dronacharya, who was the guru of both the Kauravas and the Pandavas, was approached to understand how to overcome this great Ranaveer, he said, break his bow and arrow from behind. And so attacked from behind, his bows and arrows were cut. His chariot was destroyed. His horses were killed. He leapt onto the battlefield without any fear and grabbed the wheel of his chariot and whirled it around, defending himself from the attacks of the other Kauravas. When that wheel was broken, he picked up a mace from the battlefield and started attacking those warriors. In and through this process, not once did he give in to fear. Eventually, he was made unconscious, and as he was coming back to consciousness, forgetting all of the rules of the battle, in his semi-conscious state, Abhimanyu was struck on the head and lost his life. This is courage illustrated in our epics. One who is not afraid to enter the battlefield and in the battlefield, faced with all of the negative tendencies, fights fearlessly. He is a Ranaveer. How do you go from Ranaveer, which is the level of Abhimanyu, to Mahavir, which is the level of Hanumanji? Well, there are 3 other types of Veeryata, 3 types of courage. The first one is Gyanveer, one who has the courage to live up to his or her convictions in life. The second is Dayaveer, one who has compassion towards all and shows courage in expressing that compassion. And the last one is Daanveer, one who is willing to give where required. Where all these 4 qualities are present, Ranveer, Gyanveer, Dayaveer and Daanveer, that person is known as a Mahavir, one who has great courage. Vikram, one who is able to execute on his ideals. We all have all sorts of potential, but how many of us are able to achieve our potential? One who is Vikrama acts to achieve their potential. And the reality is, one who acts when they don't even know whether they'll be able to make it actually ends up getting the strength to get to the finish line. Now, Bajrangi is one of the most beloved names of Hanumanji. But do we know the meaning of Bajrangi? Bajrangi is composed of 2 separate Sanskrit words, Vajra and Angi. Now, Vajra we know was the thunderbolt that Indra used to strike Hanuman as a child. And the story of how Hanuman recovered from that and became the great Gyani that we know him as is also covered in one of our previous videos, and you can watch it in the links below. But Bajrangi has a much deeper meaning as well. The creative potential that we have in our life is called Veerya, and this Veerya is maintained at the bottom of our spine. Through the yogic process, one who is able to raise their Veerya up through the spine to a highest chakra then enlivens the spine, which is known as Vajra. And the great strength, not just physical strength, but strength of character that is forged through this process is known as Vajra Angi or Bajrangi. Truly, Bajrangi is the secret of confidence. If we want to become confident people, then we have to keep the promises that we make to ourselves and not let our Veerya or creative potential just be lost through day-to-day distractions and temptations. If we are able to keep this promise, then we are able to keep every promise to ourselves. And when we know that we keep our promises to ourselves, we know that we can rely on ourselves to get things done. That's when we have high confidence. So Hanumanji is also the giver of confidence. How can we make this transition? We may think that we are limited people. How can we overcome temptation? We have all sorts of tendencies in life, and these tendencies have become part of our personality. How do we do it? Well, Hanumanji helps us on that front as well. Kumati Nivara Sumati Ke Sangi, one who breaks our bad judgments through the company of the wise. Kumati. Ku means limited, destructive, de-evolutionary, bad. Mati means judgment. How does he break this bad judgment? Through good judgment. Su means good, Mati means judgment. We are truly the result of the company that we keep. If the company is good, then we have a good life and we're able to evolve and move forward. If the company we keep is bad, then we're not able to move forward. We are pulled down into our lower tendencies. The great philosopher Adi Shankaracharya said, Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti. Which is through keeping the right company, satsang, we are able to get out of the wrong company, nissang. By getting out of the wrong company, nissang, we are able to get out of delusion, nirmoha. By getting out of delusion, we are able to see the essential nature of the world, Nishchalatattvam. And by seeing the essential nature of the world, Nishchalatattvam, we are able to attain liberation, Jivan Mukti, in this lifetime itself. And if we feel like we don't have anyone in our life who can be this good company, even for that person, there is Hanumanji. Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi. Now, Hanuman Chalisa is the path to victory. But it's not the path to victory for someone who already has all the qualities. It's the path to victory for people like you and me who are struggling in our day-to-day lives. We are given this amazing collection of praises of Hanumanji, which simply by chanting, we are able to absorb all the great qualities of Shri Hanuman. And so, my prayer to you is, please find a version of the Hanuman Chalisa that you connect with and chant it regularly. And if you find value in these videos, why not share it with someone else who might also benefit? If you want to watch further such videos on the Hanuman Chalisa, do subscribe. That is a small step for you, but has a big impact for us and allows us to continue to serve in this way. My name is Dhumatkar, and I'll see you again very soon with another video on the Hanuman Chalisa. Namaste.